Hi, I'm Richard Jones, President and CEO of Shift Energy Inc.
Richard, thank you so much for taking some time with us today. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about St. John and its IT culture. And I think some people would be interested to learn that it's not a new culture.
Lisa, if you look at my background, I worked in the energy sector for 13 years and in information technology for about a dozen years. And it was really the merging of those two that enticed me to start Shift Energy.
That's right. And so, because you were with X-Wave for 11 years and worked with energy companies there, and then you got involved with Propel SJ, which is a bit of an incubator company. So tell me a little bit about the experience that people like you and others in the industry bring to these young new startups.
Well, in many ways, Shift Energy is certainly a young new startup, maybe with an older entrepreneur at the helm. But certainly one of the things that I saw through my involvement with Propel was that there were a lot of really young, energetic people with great ideas and maybe some good business models. And what they needed to really kind of put their company on the ground was mentoring. And that's a big thing what Propel was about, which is just getting linked up with more experienced entrepreneurs and mentoring them, not so much in the technology side, but more around what, think about marketing, think about a more holistic view of your business, and how do you get your technology on the street kind of thing to a point that's going to make a viable business. And certainly I provided some mentorship to some of those companies and still do, and likewise I'm still being mentored as part of being part of Shift Energy by really reaching out to the IT community, and actually our company has been in the Propel Accelerator as well. So there's a merging of, there's really a recognition in this, in St. John that good ideas don't just come from young people, and mentoring actually just doesn't come from older people either. So there's a really interesting interplay between the new ideas and people who are business savvy, and will take those new ideas and maybe craft them into something that's just got more viability for outside investors, for instance.
So now you've been on both sides of that table then. You've been the mentor, and now you're the hot young thing starting up a new company. What's been your experience with Shift Energy? What have you felt as that hot young thing starting up here in St. John?
Lisa, I would say the first thing that I learned as an entrepreneur is that it's no respecter of age. So some of the issues that I've encountered are absolutely similar to what other companies that I've worked with through Propel have experienced. In fact, I would say that most of what we've experienced as a startup company in our 2+ years of existence, I kind of predicted that's what we were going to hit because I saw other entrepreneurs do the same thing. What's been really energizing to me though is the ability for me when we get to a point where we say, we need to make a change, or I'm not quite sure what we should do here, is the network of people you can call on to help you work through that. And almost certainly everything that we've hit as a company, I can think of somebody else that probably had to work their way through it within the last year or two, and I can literally pick up the phone and ask for a meeting with them and get it within 24, 48 hours and say, look, I just want to talk about a business issue with you that I think you went through. So the networking is superb, I would, in my opinion, and not even from companies that are dissimilar, but even from some companies that would have potentially some similar goals that you would call quasi-competitors. They're still very anxious to help out other people who may be, going through a spot where they're trying to make a strategic decision and looking for input.
Yes, I remember when I first moved here, people said to me, it's no 6 degrees of separation in Maritimes, it's 3.
Right. Yeah. I think in the technology sector, it's 2.
It's you and Jerry Pond, and then Marcel Lebrun and Jerry Pond.
so it's very to go back to something that we were talking about earlier as well. It's that mix of people with the ideas and the enthusiasm, and in some cases the real innovative vision to kind of make a difference in the world, to kind of be a world changer, and get that linked up with practical business experience. But it's a very powerful combination. And again, one of the most intriguing thing about St. John is just how willing the community is to help each other at the technology community from the standpoint of helping grow. And I think there's a maritime saying, I guess, a rising tide lifts all boats, and that's very much the the mentality that our tech sector has here, which is to say, look, somebody like a Radian 6 can hit a home run and hire a whole bunch of people. Well, that's a great thing for the whole industry, and we want to leverage some of the, what did they do right that we could learn from, and other companies that are at the same stage as Shift Energy is, that have been around for a couple of years now, have real clients, real paying clients, and we're trying to scale our business out. What are some of the challenges that other companies face when they're trying to do that? And so again, it's competitive up to a point, but it's more, I guess it's more of a supportive environment, because we recognize that this is a really significant part of St. John's future and New Brunswick's future is to grow these companies like Shift Energy.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.